this is Wrestling Attitude. Tweet us, chat with us during the show. Any questions, stuff like that. That's Little Steven. That's JP the Melting Pot. And please, go ahead. Finish your...
No, but okay, so me and JP the Melting Pot were talking about with Del Rio, and he just asked me, how does it make him edgy the way he's come back? I think it is a more edgier Del Rio, though, than we've seen in the past, is what I'm trying to get at. Now, does it make him edgy?
Is it more buff?
Shut up over there. Try to make a buff.
Does he have the stuff?
No, he God, I knew it.
What makes him have the total package?
Is this WCW quote day or something over here? Look at that. Now we only got 6 viewers. Thanks, guys.
Well, dude, you went off a different subject.
Buff got us again.
Damn it, Buff.
No, so I'm asking, what is your theory for him being more, what was it you called it?
Edgier?
Edgy or a little more hardcore? Because when I think edgy or hardcore, I think of guys who are doing things over the top or guys who are cheating to win, not guys who are mule kicking someone in the back to win.
Is he more botchy?
I'm not going to say that because I know that's what you want me to say. No, but what I'm saying is that when he came back, it's not the same moveset we saw a year or two ago.
It's not because he did that same kick he did on Cena the last time he was in WWE.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Then that shows you how much I care about that.
Let me explain the one different move that Del Rio does now. It's the curb stomp in the corner.
Yeah.
That's the only different move he does.
So why is he allowed to do the curb? Why is he allowed to do that, but Seth Rollins had to get rid of the curb stomp?
$1 million is the difference.
That's wrong.
Or no, $500,000.
So it's okay if he causes a concussion, but if Seth Rollins causes a concussion spot. Why?
Because Del Rio puts butts in seats.
No, he doesn't. You can't use that this time.
Actually, it's called we're WWE and I do what I want. And, again, some rules apply to some people and they don't to others.
But Del Rio gets the freaking pass?
Here's why. Listen, let's call Del Rio what he is. He's the water horse. Because of his heritage and the background he has, let's be honest, WWE loves to have a Hispanic wrestler or, that heritage, Spanish, or whatever you want to call it. They love to have that guy on the roster. So Del Rio probably is going to be able to do something that Seth Rollins may not be able to do because I hate to say it, they kind of want him there because they feel like they need that demographic.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I don't understand why. Like, I get the demographic thing, but there's so many better wrestlers that could bring in that demographic. I'm sorry.
Who?
I'd put it on Kalisto and Sin Cara before I'd put it on Alberto Del Rio. And the whole Mex-American thing is a joke.
Okay, well, listen, we can talk about that later, but I don't think it's a joke now. And it actually fits if they do what they're going to do right.
If they're going to do it.
But, back to Del Rio and Roman Reigns, listen. Roman Reigns, I believe we all pretty much knew Roman Reigns was going to win this match.
Oh, yeah. By the way, thank you for all the hearts.
Yeah, I like hearts.
All right, there we go. But, yes, we all knew Roman Reigns was going to win this match. Del Rio didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, well.
Mexican-American.
That's what you got.
Yeah. Then we had Ambrose versus Owens. Ambrose wins with dirty deeds. I was very unimpressed with the finish because it just came out of nowhere. It was quick.
Which was sad because it was arguably match of the night building up to the finish.
Yeah.
That's what was so sad. These two guys, to me, listen, I dog Kevin Owens a lot. Anybody who's listened to the show, I wasn't a huge fan. But I will give that guy credit. It seems like everybody gets in the ring with it looks good. I just think the finish. I believe they were trying not to take away from Kevin Owens and Kevin Owens in the character. I would have almost rather seen him just walk out on a match or something more so than to finish out of nowhere.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Banks Owens. Wilson. Sorry, Banks Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sasha.
I wonder if he banks on it.
Yeah,
I would.
But yeah, we all agreed that. This should have been a match of the night. I thought it was. Then we had Ryback, Lucha Dragons, Usos versus New Day, Sheamus, and Barrett. we all picked Sheamus, Barrett, and New Day, and we all lost because Ryback shell shocked Sheamus, our new champion.
You know what? This was a weird match that you kind of seen going either way, but I'm not a fan of champions, i.e. the tag team champions, the unicorns, which I will now call them. I'm not a fan of champions losing in matches like this. I don't believe it does a champion any favors to get beat in a match like this, especially when it's a tag match. Technically, that's like you losing a tag match, even if it is a 6-man tag or more. Doesn't matter. You're still the tag team champions.
I see why they did it, just to beef up the scenario between them and the Usos and I guess the Lucha Dragons. It looks like it's going to be a triple threat.
But what I mean by that is the Usos just came back.
Yeah.
So even if the Usos lose their first match back, you still could have worked them back into the title picture and had a number one contenders match on SmackDown or Raw. So that's what I mean. To me, it would have put the champions over more to win another tag match.
And it would have. I mean, I agree with you on that they should have done that, but I understand their logic of it because, as we all know, WWE doesn't have much logic. But I understand that they're doing it just to show, just to give the Usos, I guess, that push again because they've been gone for so long. They need to, I guess, they're afraid that they're going to get lackluster, like people aren't going to like these guys anymore. I mean, a lot's changed in 6 months.
You can change that in one way.
What?
Naomi just becomes her manager.
You know, I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet because I'm surprised she's still a heel. By the way, she looked great on Monday night. We'll talk about that later.
When does she not look?
She looked like a badass bitch.
Yep.
But we'll talk about that later.
Is little Stevie growing up right before me?
Yes.
No, I think he's just got a date.
Okay.
Really?
All right, but no. Again, I didn't like the finish of that match. I really felt like New Day and Sheamus should have won that match for the tag champions. But
I think Sheamus should have won if he was going to cash in.
He should have. And here's the thing: I do love the entrance. By the way, I don't know if we talked about him with the drumming on the Money in the Bank and all that. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh yeah, because you're the first person to ever drum on the.
No, I'm not saying you were, but it was pretty funny.
It was hilarious.
Everybody's saying this though about Sheamus, about the whole thing. They're like, this guy has done nothing for.
We're not talking about Sheamus right now.
We're not.
We were talking about the tag match.
Yeah.
So we will save the Sheamus.
No. But I wasn't getting to that part.
Yeah, we haven't gotten Sheamus
I was talking about with the tag match that Sheamus was in.
Okay.
I was talking about everybody saying that he's been doing nothing these whole months, like the last 3 months or so.
Well,
because you've been putting him in all these tag matches and stuff, or you've been trying to put him together with Barrett and Rusev.
I mean, technically, being in that tag match, you might as well do nothing. Storyline,
but everyone else is doing something in the storyline. I mean, Lucha Dragons are doing something. The Usos are doing something.
But exactly, that doesn't mean you are doing anything.
True.
You've basically just been thrown into a match for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's why people say he hasn't been doing anything.
Yeah.
Because he's been in throwaway matches that nobody cares about, and you're the Money in the Bank winner. That's why.
So, is the Money in the Bank cursed? I want to ask that real quick.
No. They're champions.
I mean, you don't think it's cursed, though? You don't think they bury them for so many months before they actually decide to do something?
Oh, but that's every year. We're used to that now.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not a curse. That's just called storyline.
All right. Well, is that what we're calling it now?
But they do it every year. So, again, if you do something over and over and over, it just becomes the norm.
Yeah. I guess you're right on that. Well, that's all I got to say about it.
Okay. So, what was the next match on the docket?
The docket?
You guys, I'm telling you. The next match was Paige versus Charlotte. Charlotte beats Paige with a figure 8, which you come out Monday night, and she was actually underneath the ropes.
Mm-hmm. She cheated.
She
cheated.
She cheated.
She cheated.
Cheated.
That's what she said.
Wow.
And her teeth is getting yellower. Is she taking lessons from Bo Dallas? Her teeth are getting yellow.
Watch your mouth.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm just amazed that when a woman's on TV, you pay that much attention to her teeth.
Well, I can't pay much attention to anything else. She's white as
Why not?
Whiter than I am.
Why not? They were kind of just hanging out Monday, if you know what I mean.
Oh, they were. I was trying to be a
But-
gentleman.
You know what? I will say this. At least they're trying in the Divas division.
Oh,
Because
they-
there was about a year ago that we just felt like they weren't even trying. We're still not saying it's great
Yeah.
or it's not maybe not still the best thing they could do, but I do believe that we will all agree, hopefully within the next year we're building towards something a little bigger within the Divas
Yeah.
division or roster, whatever you want to call it. I guess we'll say division, but hopefully there's better things to come from that division within the next 6 to 8 months.
If you think about it, though, this rivalry right now isn't that bad. And I'm not saying that anything against Paige or Charlotte. But what I'm saying is that the rivalry is not bad, especially in the ring. Those two can go. I mean, I'm telling you, it's probably the best rivalry we've seen for a while. At least since Paige and AJ. At least. I mean, we really haven't seen anything for a while. But, I mean, it's just the mic skills need to get a little bit better. Especially on Charlotte. But we've talked about that many times. I think, like, I don't know if it's her or creative. Like, I don't know who's afraid, like, if she's afraid to talk or if she's just not comfortable yet on the mic. Like, she's...
I think she's still finding her voice, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I want to see how
No,
many
he
people
is.
get that.
Well, you know,
I got it.
well, she was looking for David. But anyway, it was a good match. I like the rivalry.
Yeah.
I just hope Charlotte gets better on the mic. She
Well,
needs
she will.
she needs a manager. She needs somebody to talk for her.
And I'll say this, too. I did not like Monday night almost borderline turning Paige's character into a crybaby and a whiner because it doesn't fit the way that you built her. Again, here we go, creative.
Yeah.
Look at the characters and what they're doing, please.
Here's my thing, though, James. If you did put a manager on her, who would it be? I wouldn't want it to be her father.
No, I would have been okay with that.
I just wouldn't
I
want
mean-
that because I don't know. I don't see.
I would be okay with that. I mean, I'm even okay with Becky being her manager to right now. You know,
But
no-
Becky's mic skills
no.
are about as bad as
no,
Charlotte's.
they're better than Charlotte. She's better than Mike and Charlotte. Dude, come on. She's after Sasha and Paige. She's probably the third.
But I mean, you
in the
need
women's
someone at
group.
least established, right? I mean, you would want someone established as a manager, right?
Bring back
Well-
Bobby the Brain. I mean, not Bobby the Brain.
Who? Heyman?
No, he won't do that. But it would be great if he did.
Well, Heyman's character doesn't fit with Charlotte. Heyman's character would actually fit with Sasha really nicely.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because I'm going to work when I want to. I'm going to wrestle when I want to. Like, she would fit more of that Brock Lesnar character, you know, kind of coming in and doing what I want more than Charlotte would. Charlotte would need a manager. Again, it would have to be someone. It would almost have to be like Paul Ellering from the Road Warriors. Somebody who could come in and talk about how hard I want to work and how it took me to get here.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love the fans and stuff like that. Because that's what made the Road Warriors so good back in the day was Paul Ellering was able to get the fans behind him to where they didn't have to talk.
Okay, this is just a shot in the dark, and I know like it's not her father, but what about like like Arn?
No.
No, it just wouldn't
It's
work.
not Arn's character.
Oh yeah,
Remember, Arn was known as the enforcer.
yeah. He was the guy that he didn't talk. He was just he talked in the ring. If you know what I mean.
Well, I have said that Charlotte is more the Arn Anderson.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Where she should say little as possible, but she's
Right.
good in the ring.
Sasha's more like
Right?
Rick.
Sasha's more like Rick, and Becky. I would say is more like Tully. Not as good, but if you want to say that, and then
Yeah.
Bailey is,
Ole.
Bailey, huh?
Ole.
Ole. Yeah, I agree
That's
with
cool
that.
with me.
No
She's a
gimmick.
tag team champ. That's great.
Yeah.
Too bad there's no Diva tag titles. But anyway.
Not yet, but coming next year there will be. I bet you.
No.
If they keep going this way, they will.
No, we barely get one women's match a week. How would they have two?
I don't know.
That's very true. But yeah. Anyway, after that match, we have Breeze versus Ziggler. Breeze wins with the beauty shot. Actually, a good match.
Yeah. These two are actually okay together. The biggest thing that I see about them, though, is I almost feel like there's no difference in style or no difference in character other than just one comes across a little more egotistical, if that makes sense. But they both kind of look the same. They both want to move the same, and they both kind of have some of the same traits as far as character goes.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But yeah, I felt like it should have been more at stake for this. And then on Raw, they don't do anything with it. So
Yeah.
Then we got Bray Wyatt and Strowman, or actually,
Yeah.
it was Harper, versus the Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker, Tombstone's Harper.
Question: Can I call Strowman? Can I just call him Straw Man?
Yeah,
'Cause it just seems easier to say
Sure,
than
go ahead.
Straw Man.
Strowman.
Is it really that much of a difference,
Yeah,
though?
I just like Straw Man.
Strowman's better, dude.
It's not made of straw.
Doesn't matter. Reminds me of the Wizard of Oz.
That reminds you of the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
Wow.
All I have to say, the Face of Fear character needs to go away.
Who?
The Face of Fear.
Who?
Exactly. Bray Wyatt,
What?
that character needs to go away.
Yeah.
And then of course you see him on Monday. We'll talk about Raw, but it needs to go away.
It's like every time he loses, he just comes back the next day. I'm the Face of Fear. No, you're not. How can you be a Face of Fear after you lose every match?
Oh, I'll tell you why he's the face of fear. It's the fear of being buried more than he already is. And it seems to happen every week. Or every month, should I say, to pay-per-view. Because he'll win on Raw.
Yeah.
And then lose at every pay-per-view.
That's what sucks. We see him always win on Raw, and he has great matches on Raw sometimes.
We're calling Bad Luck Wyatt.
Bad. I kind of agree with that, actually.
I don't know. I've always heard a lot of promise from a lot of people about Bray Wyatt, and I don't know if it's the company not letting him do it, but I just don't see it. I don't. Everybody's like, oh, the entrance. I was like, oh, so they turn the lights out and people hold up fake lighters. Yeah, I've never seen that before in WWE. Never.
You have? You seen that before?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh.
Like every year the Undertaker comes back. And notice I said every year, not every match, but every year.
Every year.
So again, I just don't know what you're doing with Wyatt. I really don't. And that's the sad part about it is I would like to know what you're going to do with him.
There's no direction. I mean, because he keeps losing pay-per-views.
At some point, you got to put him over somebody. He's got to win one of these feuds. Because, heck, he lost one to Cena. I mean, he's lost one to The Undertaker, or two
Roman
to The Undertaker.
Reigns,
He's
Dean
lost
Ambrose.
to Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. So again, at some point, you got to do something with him.
I mean, what are you going to do, though? I mean, he's going to keep losing.
I mean, sometimes if you get my drift, you just got to take a horse out to the pasture.
Well, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Survivor Series here.
Well, first of all, if you join us, this is Wrestling with
with
Attitude.
Attitude, yes.
So,
I thought they would get that from the title of the show.
We're not talking about golf today.
Yeah.
That'll be next week, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Different show.
Gotta get my 9-iron out.
Yeah. Do you know what 9-iron is?
Yeah, I do.
All right,
Do you?
all right. No, I do.
I do. It's
Oh.
a golf club.
Think,
Ding, ding, ding.
Bingo.
There's a reason he's a champ.
Anyway, we were talking about Survivor Series. After that match, we have Reigns versus Ambrose in the finals. Reigns wins with a spear. Triple H comes out. Sheamus cashes in and hits him with a bro kick.
Oh,
win the
fella.
After Roman Reigns spears Triple H.
Man, I tell you, that... I don't know, like... I don't hate it. Hold on. Hold on over there.
He's foaming at the mouth.
I don't hate what they did because I understand what they're doing with Roman Reigns. They're going to build him up like they did with Daniel Bryan 2 years ago. I get it. We've seen this before. That's why I feel like it's very predictable. I do. But at the same time, Sheamus, really. And now he's the four-time champion. Great. You surpassed Shawn Michaels in championships. That doesn't mean anything. But, because Shawn Michaels wasn't known for his championships. But, that's what I was trying to say.
Wait a minute. Did you just compare Shawn Michaels to Sheamus?
No. That's what you get for half listening over there.
Sounds like you did.
So, here's my thing, though. Sheamus Sheamus being the champion doesn't make any sense for one reason to me. Unless you're going to put him in the Authority, which it looks like you're going to do. But if you're not going to put him in the Authority, what's the point of it? Just go ahead. Like I'm stalling for the foaming at the mouth here.
Nope.
Because I know what's going to happen.
I'm patiently listening to your point of view, and I'm letting you finish.
Because no, I would have liked it if Sheamus was the character before he came back with the whole Celtic Warrior thing. If he was the same character, just turned bad.
I never knew he was a Celtic Warrior. I thought it was still just Sheamus.
No, he's known as the Celtic Warrior now.
Okay.
So, and I don't like the character. I don't like the music. I don't like any of that stuff.
I thought you liked the hair.
I like the hair, but it's kind of getting old now. It's like, all right, you wear a mohawk every week. I get it. But no offense to mohawks over here.
Well, I know how he felt about me for about 3 years.
Yeah,
You should.
yeah, I got bored. I got really bored, JP.
Yeah, kind of like your messed up hair every time I see you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't change.
I mean, we don't get mad at you for your beard.
I don't get mad at you for all the holes in your face. I mean, your beard.
I mean,
Well, you don't get mad at Kevin Owens, so it's okay.
Yeah, I do. I talk about it every week. Listen, here's my biggest thing.
All right.
And we've all talked about this at some point together or separately or whatever, however you want to word it. I do not like transitional champions. Why do you need a transitional champion? Why can't you just make the next champion in building?
Yeah.
Why can't you have the next guy ready to go? To me, there should always be 3 to 4 guys on your roster in a wrestling organization who can step into that top spot. And they should be wrestling the top guys in the company. I do not agree with a guy being champion for a month or a month and a half. That does nothing. Because then not even a month later, you're rewriting storylines anyway. So if you're going to rewrite them, why not build them right from the start and have a long-term plan in place? You can't tell me they don't write these storylines out. Actually, WWE probably does it right now, and that's why we need transitional champions. Because they don't follow stuff up. Listen, it's not Sheamus. It's what happened on Raw and how you tried to put it all together. And me and James were talking about this earlier. You could have done it way better to where it would have fit more. That's my issue with it.
Yeah.
It's all about the presentation and how you do it, and that's where WWE has been dropping the ball.
Yeah. I do understand that it is a transitional champion. Unless they really do want to build him, but it doesn't look like you're going to build Sheamus the way. I mean, he might. I mean, from what happened on Raw, it might happen. But I don't see Sheamus once Seth Rollins comes back. I don't see Sheamus being champion. By that time, Sheamus
He's not even going to be champion. He's not going to be champion before Seth Rollins.
He won't be champ by WrestleMania, dude.
No, I think by WrestleMania.
By WrestleMania, which. Let me take this back. You might. And here's the reason he might be champion at WrestleMania. Because what is one thing WrestleMania is now? It is a worldwide event. Mm-hmm. People fly all over the country, all over the world to go to WrestleMania. Okay. Especially Ireland. I have been to WrestleMania. A lot of people from Europe fly to wherever it's at.
Oh, absolutely.
They're in Dallas this year, which is a major international airport. So I can see Sheamus being champion because it brings a lot of people in. And don't forget, you got another guy NXT that is from Ireland. You got
who's that?
Finn Balor. You got Becky Lynch. That's from Ireland. You got all these other people. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand. But here's my thing, though. Also, if you keep him as champion at WrestleMania, you're also building up Roman Reigns, too, where if he wins that belt at WrestleMania, it would be a defining moment in a way. It would.
But Roman Reigns will win at Rumble. Roman Reigns will win at the Rumble. He'll run. Roman Reigns' pay-per-view is the Rumble. You don't have him win the Rumble. He's going to be in the main event. Because at WrestleMania, it's not going to be Sheamus versus Roman Reigns. It will be Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, Batista, who you want to bring back
Yeah.
for that title.
I hope not Brock Lesnar.
Ambrose,
Why
Kevin
not?
Owens, whatever.
Okay,
It'll put butts in seats. That's all that matters.
Here's why I say why not. You're going to Dallas Stadium where you're trying to put a butt every 6 inches. Trust me, out of everybody on that roster right now, I'm not talking about bringing a guy like Stone Cold back. On the roster, Brock Lesnar will sell as many tickets for that WrestleMania as almost, I would probably say 90% or 95% of that roster, because one guy's going to come with him to talk. Paul Heyman in the build-up.
If you do a Roman Reigns versus Lesnar match the right way, which is meaning before Fastlane, you know that those two are going to be in the main event of WrestleMania. Don't screw each other over. Like, let it be no doubt. And let them actually build it up through Fastlane to the pay-per-view. They can do a lot. Especially if you you already screwed them over twice this year. Have Roman Reigns at the Rumble finally win and have him in a major storyline where, all right, I beat your boy, now I'm going to beat somebody else, and then Triple H be like, you know what? I'm going to bring back the Beast.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, not only that, but let's look at the fact of the matter. Before Seth Rollins cashed in at WrestleMania last year, let's be honest, the Roman Reigns-Lesnar match, listen, I didn't say it was great, but it was pretty good.
It was okay. And
I'm saying it was
okay.
it was one of the top 3 or top 2
for
matches
the
of the whole night at Mania. And I'm not taking away from Rollins for cashing in, but I'm just saying they were actually good together.
It was a good match. I ain't gonna say great, but it was a good match because the problem with the match, it was so one-sided. Roman Reigns fought back and he had his few seconds of fame. You, as Roman Reigns, you need a Goliath versus Goliath.
Yeah.
You don't, when you're fighting Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, you don't have David versus Goliath. You had the two gigantic guys. If you brought back Batista to fight Lesnar, you wouldn't have Batista get beat up like that.
I don't know.
And Roman Reigns, no, you wouldn't. You would not. No one. No, you wouldn't.
No.
Okay. Now, Roman Reigns needs. It was just. He is not John Cena.
Strong.
Roman Reigns is not John Cena. Okay. I'm just. It's a different character.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, but that holds true to what we complain about, though. They backed themselves into a corner with Brock's character being overbearing. So I almost have to give creative a little props for keeping him in that mindset, because we complain too much that they just forget about stuff and make people look bad. So I'm saying they had to play the way that Brock was built in the lead up to Mania.
I understand that, but if you do a second one like that, you can't do the same thing. Point.
The thing is, no.
If you do another Roman Reigns and Lesnar, you can't do it the same way.
The second one, you don't have to do it that way, because the first one he showed he could hold his own and take the punishment. So now the second time, you can have the two giants battle each other because you've established that he can do it. But if he goes in the first time that he's ever facing Lesnar and just all out just starts beating Lesnar up, then Lesnar becomes unappealing as the monster. So that's why I say it's all about building it, like you're talking, it's all about building it to that point. And I think they did a good job with that match, if they want to come back to it.
I mean, they could. So we'll see. But anyway, that was the pay-per-view. What would you give it a grade?
Oof.
Grade, because of the Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens match. Again, the only thing I didn't like was the finish. The Charlotte Paige match wasn't that bad. The Divas division, again, we look like we're building towards something. I'll also say the Dean and Roman match was actually pretty good. We know those guys kind of have history together. But if I had to go, what are we going out of 10?
No, grade. A, B, C, D.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a solid B+.
Okay.
Because of the things that I just mentioned. You actually had some of the younger talent kind of get to showcase themselves a little bit in a Divas division and in a world title tournament. So I'll go solid B-, not quite a A.
Okay.
Or excuse me, B+, I'm sorry.
I'm going to give it a C-. because there was really only one match that was really good to me, and that was the Ambrose and Owens. It was. I mean, everything was subpar to me. Like, they had all the tools to make it good. It's just, it was either too predictable or just too, like, you didn't care enough. And it wasn't a traditional Survivor. We had one traditional Survivor Series.
Two.
All right. One on the main show.
We had two.
But one on the main show is what I'm saying.
All right, but I'm going to counteract that with they haven't really done a traditional full-blown Survivor Series pay-per-view in about 10 or 15 years. Let's be honest.
But I mean,
Well, they
they
did
ended with
last
the
year.
they ended with the Survivor Series last year.
But guess what? Last year, yeah, and it was like one match. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So you had just as many this year as you
No.
had last year. It just wasn't the last match.
No, but that's the thing. It's
So
like,
you can't bash them for that.
I
though.
just felt like they threw it in for no reason. That's
That's
what I
what they
don't
do
like.
every year.
I know, and
The
I don't
one
like that.
No offense, the one they threw in last year was just threw in with a couple of big names, but it was just thrown together.
Yeah. I don't like that. So that's why I'm giving it a C-. So
Okay.
I will give it a C+. The matches were good. I mean, Owens and actually no, I'll give it a B-. I'll give it a B-.
a solid Daniel Bryan.
A solid Daniel Bryan. I will give it a B- player that Daniel Bryan is. The Lucha Dragons and all that other mess just was not appealing.
Yeah.
The 5-man match was nothing to it.
I agree.
The ending to the Charlotte and Paige match, uninspiring. Quick finish between. There was no drama between Ambrose and Owens, which was the match of the night. And then, it ended early. It was so predictable. We knew we were sitting here waiting for Sheamus to come out because we knew he was coming out.
Yeah, you can't.
So
to me, if he's going to cash in, still start the pay-per-view 5 minutes before. He comes in and hits him with a briefcase, hits him with a finisher. It only takes about a minute to do.
I mean,
don't end it too early because then there's no build-up.
Me and you were looking and we're like, wait a minute, it's 20 minutes before 11. It's
Oh, yeah,
11:40 or it's
I'm
10:40.
like, even if Reigns wins the title, they don't celebrate for 20 minutes. They may celebrate for 5, but not 20.
Now,
Yeah.
the one good thing I'll give them is when they cashed in, Triple H got speared, and then Sheamus did the bro kick. So it wasn't so obvious, but we knew something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, the minute he hit Triple H, you knew, Sheamus is coming.
Right, but we knew, at least something, he did sit and walk in the ring and say, all right, I'm here.
The best work that would have worked is, think about this. What if Roman would have shook his hand and then turned on him Monday night? Now, you want to talk about leaving the book open for people to question coming into Raw the next night.
Ooh, that would have been awesome.
No, absolutely. I mean, something like that.
But then Roman wouldn't have been strong because he would have accepted help.
Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
We'll
Me
take
Roman, me strong.
I hear you. We'll take a quick break, come back, and we'll talk about Raw, wrestling what ifs, and Steven's finally got his top 5 Undertaker rivals.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right, you're listening and watching to Wrestling with Attitude. Be right back.
Woke up, see my life in the shade, nah, it's not quite. Hustling every day, I'm on my way to that job light. It's my destiny to be bigger, yeah, I got fight. And now that visions are sitting high on my
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy.
This is the Melting Pot, a.k.a. 6-month champ. And you're listening to Wrestling with Attitude. Don't forget, you can find every show on WrestlingWithAttitude.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Wrestling with Attitude. And don't forget to tweet us on Twitter at WWA Show.
Welcome back to Wrestling with Attitude. Wow, I'm glad you two are dancing over. That's great.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Some white people have moves.
Yeah.
Where?
So that you just can't see it, man.
Stop
Pretty
watching
good.
Jimmy Fallon.
Just
Yeah.
you don't know how to do the roller coaster. I do.
Do you know how open? Do you know how to check the door? Check the door.
Oh, check the door.
Check the
check
door.
the door.
Check the door.
That's-
Check the door. No. You see, all right. We're
White
trying to
people
show you.
dancing over here.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, before
It's none of
break,
my business.
we were talking about Survivor Series. Now we'll go into top 5 Undertaker rivals. But first, which is called our segment Sound Off.
WWA's Sound Off, where your voice can be heard.
Sound off, let 'em know how you feel.
All right. Little Steven, since you said you got 5, because somebody in this room can't wait to do theirs.
Yeah. All right. Whew. Well.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So, top Undertaker rivals.
Top
Oh,
5.
man. Yeah. Well, the top 5 is, it's there. God, it's just the 5th one is tough for me because they're all good.
All right. Well, all right. Skip you now.
No, because
All right.
he's got to go last because he's just so excited he can't hide it.
Do you want me to go? I'll go first.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, go
Because
first.
you're not ready.
I'm ready, but I
swear,
know
all this and you did none of this homework.
But you want me to go? I got my rival.
No, it's all right. It's all right. You don't pass your
No, you
you
said
don't
you
miss
did
your
it because
chance.
you don't have 5 yet.
I do.
Go ahead, sir.
You know,
Oh, really?
I should have put a little bit. I want to switch
Oh,
some
so maybe
around.
you should have done your homework a little
No,
better
I've
too,
got my
huh?
homework.
Bam!
Yeah, I'm sorry. Bam. There you go. Bam. Right there. Yeah. All right. There you go. Hey, tell me how you fix that. All right. Anyway,
I can talk loud enough.
my first. No, I was trying to say there's so many people I could put in this top 5. But I'm gonna go number 5, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think. Yeah. You know what? One of the best rivalries. Actually, I want to put this higher. Actually, I'm going to. I'm going to put Kane number 5.
Yeah.
I'm putting
okay.
Kane 5. I'm putting Stone Cold 4. I'm putting Mankind number 3. Got to put Mankind.
You already
up
did
there.
my list. Never
I
mind.
know.
I'm gone.
Yes. I'm putting Lesnar number 2. He did break the streak.
Never mind. I'm in.
And number 1, last but not least, is HBK.
Oh yeah. Of course.
I
Well, you
don't
can't.
care.
I mean,
These two go down together in history.
yeah.
Just like Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb.
Yeah.
Different eras, but still.
All right, Steven, come
I
on.
mean, I got Babe Ruth, but I didn't get the other one. So.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. Go ahead.
All right.
Steve.
Well, everyone knows my number 1. It's
Mankind?
no. That's like number 2. Anyway, no, but HBK number 1, of course. Well, let's go down the list here. As much as a lot of people didn't like the rivalry, I did. I'm putting DDP on this rivalry. Why? Because of one thing. We got to see DDP in WWE. I love the faces. That's right. That's right. Those are the faces I was looking for. I thought that was a great rivalry because it was when he was the American Badass and when he changed his character, and one of his first rivals he had was DDP.
Okay.
Come on, say it. I dare you.
I'm looking at the list.
And DDP ain't on the list. That's why I did it.
DDP's nowhere near the
Curveball!
list. I don't understand. The rivalry, it wasn't even a rivalry. He got beat with like 3 weeks. It
No,
was
he
a
didn't.
3 match. I think they had one pay-per-view. That was it.
Well,
Okay. That's
All right,
all right.
all right,
It's
that's
your
your
list,
list.
Steven. It's
It's all
okay.
right.
Go ahead.
well,
feel like it's good
number 2 was, number 4 was even worse because they only had like 2 matches,
All right.
and that was Ric Flair. Yeah. Think about that one.
Now, I would only give you that one because
you
I
that
thought
one.
the build-up was good to that one.
Yeah, the build-up was great.
good for that
Right.
one.
Now, I wish we saw more of it. That's why I like
Yeah.
the rivalry, because it was a good rivalry. I mean,
Okay.
hell, this was out of Ric Flair's prime, but this is when he was in that bloody.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about? This was out of this.
Space Mountain never closes, okay? There is no end to Ric Flair's crime, all right?
No, time out. But there is
Space.
there is a lot of remodeling.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
No, this
Leave it that
was
way.
Blood Mountain time.
Okay.
Okay, this is when he went to the bloody era.
This the bloody area. I think he had the bloody area his whole career.
Yeah.
No, well,
I don't remember a
Not
match
the
he
90s.
didn't bleed.
I don't remember seeing it in
he
the
bled
90s.
the whole time.
Listen, man. There ain't enough gauze to pack into that forehead back in the day, okay?
No, he bled all
I don't
the
know.
time.
I think
dude.
Dusty Rhodes had a worse forehead.
No, they
than
were
he
running
did,
neck and
boy.
neck with each other.
They
Don't
were.
get me wrong.
But yeah, that's why I liked Ric Flair and Undertaker.
All right, finish your
Robert.
list.
Number 3, I'm gonna go with. I want to go with Kane because it is. We saw Kane and everything. It brought Kane in, and I mean the Inferno match was good. The match they had at WrestleMania 14 was okay, but really to me, if you want to talk about the rivalry, I don't really call it the rivalry between him and Kane and Undertaker. It's really more Kane and Paul Bearer against the Undertaker. Like I felt like it was more he had a better rivalry with Paul Bearer.
That's still Undertaker versus Kane.
Right,
Well,
right.
I mean, because if I wanted to, I could put Mankind in there too, because he
That's a
betrayed.
different rivalry.
But
Or is it though?
But
Because
he-
it's all Paul Bearer though.
It's a different
It's all Paul
rivalry. We're talking about mono.
Jay-
One person versus another, not 4 or 5 different.
Or are we?
I have to
No,
ask
we
you a
are.
question real fast. When did Undertaker ever wrestle Paul Bearer?
Never.
Because I
Never.
don't remember that
Never.
rivalry.
You
Okay.
don't remember the
Okay,
Buried
just
Alive
checking.
match they had?
Hey.
They had a Buried Alive match because
Steven,
he put him
Steven.
in cement.
Steven, you were going. You should have stopped at Paul Heyman was the manager. That
You're
was
reaching.
You
You're
mean Paul
reaching.
Bearer? You said Paul Heyman.
It. Well, he was a manager too. All right.
You can't
All
say
right,
that.
so come
Anyway.
on, top 2.
All right. Well, I gotta go with Stone Cold because come on, it was a good. The Highway to Hell or the Road to Hell. Was
Highway to
great.
Hell. You had it right.
It was.
Yeah.
It was great.
What
That-
pay-per-view was that?
That was SummerSlam,
Okay.
and it was the build-up to SummerSlam, which was
All right.
great
We
too.
did a little bit of homework. So.
That also had Kane in the rivalry as well, but it
oh,
doesn't really
God.
matter.
Stop with that.
But what?
Stop it.
Number one.
Number 1, you know what? Screw HBK. I'm sorry. I know I broke the commandment. I'm going to go with CM Punk. I'm going to go with CM Punk for one reason only.
Paul Heyman.
That, and because would we have liked to see more of it?
No.
No?
The reason I wouldn't have liked to have seen more of it is Undertaker couldn't carry his weight and show up. And to me, Punk is the type of guy who needs someone there to help him feed off of what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. But I
That's
felt
why
like he
wouldn't have
didn't
wanted to
need
see
it.
more. He didn't for that short of a period of time.
Yeah.
But if it would have went any longer, you'd have had to see the Undertaker be there more.
I just liked it because of the build-up. Like we talked about
Of course.
earlier. The build-up was great. The build-up was great.
Listen, I would listen to CM Punk just talk on the phone with AJ because I mean, honestly, he's that good of a promo cutter.
Oh yeah. No, he is, and that's why I put that one in there. I mean, Shawn Michaels is above the list. He's somewhere else on the list. I'm sorry, but I had to put CM Punk up there because it is a rivalry that was small, but it impacted a lot. It did.
Yeah.
So, all right, sir. I'm waiting to hear this. So let's dig down into this, man. Come on.
All right. So I have my top 5 favorite Undertaker feuds of all time. And at number 5, I'm going to go the Great Khali. Because how could you not like watching these two guys in a ring together?
Did you say Great Khali?
Yes, I said Great Khali. I mean,
All right,
that
you do
Pujami
understand-
giant turned Pujami playboy. I mean, come on. This guy was physically bigger than the Undertaker,
Are-
and you don't see that a lot.
Are you still on the Undertaker biggest rivals or biggest losers?
No, biggest rivals. This is my
Biggest
list. Okay?
rivals?
So I'm going to need y'all to back up.
All right. So
just slow your
I
roll.
need to ask you.
And
if
he thought
you-
mine was bad.
I need to ask you if you and RVD 420 are friends.
No,
Okay. All right.
no, now RVD 220. It's a different story, but not 420.
Wait, 220.
So number 5 was the Great Khali. Number 4, I'm going to go Heidenreich.
I knew
Are you
you
serious?
Right, yeah. Hold on. I mean, listen.
serious?
This was another guy who could almost impose his will on somebody, and I thought this guy may be able to knock the Undertaker out. I mean, just based off what he could do, he came in with a lot of buzz, had some good little vignettes, and then WWE just never did nothing with the guy, and I blamed them for that. I don't blame him.
I think I know what one
So-
of your others are.
So
Oh, I already know where you're
coming
going.
in at number 3, King Mabel. What's
Hey,
up?
hey, that was actually a good rivalry.
Right, exactly.
That was actually a good rivalry.
Somebody is getting this list. It is King Mabel, okay?
King Mabel's good.
Who didn't like King Mabel?
I love King Mabel.
Remember MOM?
No, I
Man
remember
on
Mom.
a Mission?
You remember-
Come on,
yeah, I
dog.
remember Mom.
Come on. I mean, King Mabel was great. Sad to say, I don't think he's. I mean, listen, King Mabel turned into Big Daddy Viscera. Okay,
Big Daddy V.
Sir. All right. Number 2 on my list had one of the greatest managers you will ever see, Giant Gonzalez.
I knew it!
And
I
he
knew
was
it!
managed by Mr. Harvey Wimpleman. All right.
I knew it was coming.
If you did not think that WrestleMania outside, if I remember right, that was WrestleMania that was outside Las Vegas, between
WrestleMania
Giant
9.
Gonzalez in a bodysuit versus the undead, dead, purple glove wearing Undertaker, or whatever he was at the time, was it
Oh,
great?
my God.
Then I don't know what's wrong with you and your wrestling knowledge.
First of all, I have to correct you. It's El Gigante.
Giant
well,
Gonzalez.
no, he
El
was
Gigante.
he
At that
he
time.
was L.A. Gante in WCW.
Yeah.
L.A. Gante.
No, that was Laser Boom.
No, it wasn't.
so-
I don't know where you're going
So
from.
Giant
sir.
Gonzalez is number 2, and number 1 of my all-time favorite was the man that had the look.
Oh my God! Why did I forget about that?
Snitsky?
Psycho Sid.
Wait, can
How
we
could
start
you
over?
not remember Psycho
Can we start
Sid?
over?
No, you can't steal my top 5, sir. Nobody can top that top 5. That is the greatest top 5 of Undertaker top 5s of all
I
time.
was waiting for you to say no, buddy. It's live, but okay.
What? No, so that's my top 5 Undertaker feuds of all time.
You know, no, okay. So going back to the Psycho Sid thing, because I guess we have to kind of. One thing I'll give that at WrestleMania 13, you have to admit the build up to it was pretty good. It only happened though, I felt, because of the whole Shawn Michaels thing. If Shawn Michaels never got hurt, do you think those two still would have had a match?
Listen, it's WWE, so we can't say.
We don't know. No.
You never know.
So
Anything is possible
I think
in
it
that
would have been
company.
Shawn Michaels and Psycho Sid at
I mean,
WrestleMania.
it may have been, but again, that's what happens. So
There's a what if for you, James, because that would have been
Yeah.
weird.
No, I've got a what if, so, but thank you.
yeah, so that's my top.
God, I knew it was going to be Psycho Sid.
You knew it had to be Psycho
Oh,
Sid
God,
somewhere.
yeah.
Some other ones that you guys didn't mention, which I'm surprised. Well, maybe not JP. Diesel, Jake the Snake Roberts, Big Show, Mr. McMahon, Yokozuna. That was one I really wanted to put on the top 5
Yeah,
because Yokozuna and him was great. Batista had great matches. $1 Million Corporation. Actually, he wrestled the whole group. Edge, Randy Orton, and Triple H. Nobody mentioned Triple H.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
that's because
Damn it.
me and him aren't friends like that.
Shut up.
Well, next week, I think let's do the top 5 TLC matches of all time.
Top 5 TLC matches.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get down with that.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't
So-
believe I missed Triple H.
But we'll do
I can.
rivals. Maybe we do rivals next week. Why don't we just do rivals? We'll do top 5 Triple H rivals next week.
Whoa, we're just doing rivals now as the top 5?
Yeah, let's do Triple H.
Ooh. All right. Shawn Michaels.
Stop.
Thanks
can't-
for going ahead and ruining a segment.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. Good
Well,
job.
you're welcome. Brought the steak early to the party, gentlemen.
Yeah, stop with all the steak. All right, let's go into this past week's Raw. This week on Raw was from Nashville, Tennessee. The great Heath Slater was there. The
Man, it's
Authority.
a great night.
Oh yeah, the Authority came out. They introduced Sheamus. Roman Reigns comes down. Rusev kicked Reigns from behind. Sheamus bro kicked Reigns, and the Authority books Reigns versus Rusev. I loved the opening of Raw. The ending was a little bit iffy, but the opening was good.
Oh, that ending was very sketch. Very bad.
But you got to
But
admit they did the opening.
The opening though, I'm listen. I'm not a fan of putting 2 or 3 mediocre guys together
Yeah.
because Wade Barrett, I have called it from day one. That guy is so mediocre. His best time was when he was the leader of Nexus. I will give him a lot of credit for that.
And what I just said was the opening of Raw.
Yeah.
With Rusev, who I don't think is mediocre.
I do. Right now he is.
He's only.
He's not been.
I know
though,
he's
since
new-
he's been here.
what I'm saying is
he
he-
hasn't been mediocre.
But-
he was out with an injury, so I can't call him mediocre. Wade Barrett, I'll agree
But
with you.
before the injury, name me one good rivalry that he's had.
I'll tell you one. Dolph Ziggler.
No, that was terrible. That was terrible.
No.
They
the-
watered it down with Lana
They
and all.
did.
That's
they
what I
did.
said. It was terrible.
The two of them together was good though.
But
You
they
had-
watered
you
it
said
down with everything
rivals.
else.
The rivalry was good. The problem is they watered it down with the two girls, like you said. But what did I tell you from day one? When you turn Lana into a face, you are killing Rusev's character. They were killing it into the Sable effect when they did that. So that's the reason they should have never done that.
Mark Merrill 2.0.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think the opening was good.
more like
It was
3.0.
the ending. Yeah.
Who's counting?
Then we had the Dudleys versus Harper and Wyatt. Harper pins Devon with the clothesline, and the Wyatts beat up the Dudleys.
So here we go again, just putting 2 random tag teams together.
Yep.
Yeah, I hate that.
Well, here's why. Listen, I love the Dudleys, but the Wyatts go from facing the Undertaker at a main event in Survivor Series
The top
to
4 or
fighting-
5 pay-per-view of the year.
right, to fighting after they lost to fighting the Dudley Boys on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Table match coming at TLC.
No, it's already booked.
Yeah, I know.
It's already booked.
what I hate.
Then we had Sasha versus Becky. Sasha pins Becky with roll up after a distraction from Team Bad. It was a good match, but it was too short.
It was
Yeah.
too short, but I will say this. Per the character of Sasha, it fits perfect.
Yeah.
Because they're denying the interference. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, it's fine.
I'm with you. We love every bit of that. But have the match go like 10 or 12 minutes because those 2 girls can go 20 minutes easy with each
Yeah.
other. They've already proved it.
They have
I just don't
before.
know why y'all keep backing these girls into a corner where it's like, oh, you've got 3 minutes. Go. We got to go to commercial break.
Right. And then we had Paige backstage. Paige shows Charlotte cheated with her arms were under the ropes.
Yeah.
So she has a rematch later tonight.
Yeah, because when my arm's like this and the rope lingers over it, my arm's under the rope.
Yeah.
She cheated.
Yeah, it is, man.
She was under.
Yeah, okay.
She cheated.
Yeah.
New Day comes out. They come out riding.
Listen,
Pink.
hey, listen. I want to say this.
What? Go
I
ahead.
just listen. I'm not bashing Paige for what
Okay.
she's saying. I don't like it for the character
I got
because
you.
she's built herself as just like
She's
I
not
want to
supposed to be
fight.
whiny.
Right, I want
Yeah.
to beat people. So she's supposed to say, "Hey, you owe me another match. Let's go."
Well,
I wanna fight you.
actually, I'll take one better. What she should have done was went to the authority with the footage and said, "Look, I just got cheated.
Right.
You need
No,
to
no,
fix
no.
it."
That's my
because
point.
you remember who used to do that? Randy Orton.
Yes, that's
Randy
what I'm saying.
Orton. She needs to be Randy Orton-esque.
Go demand the match. Don't,
agree with that.
Don't whine and pander
Thank you.
to the fans.
Right.
Because that's what
Yeah.
the face is
I would-
supposed to do.
especially if you're sitting there saying,
true.
"We don't care what the universe says."
Right.
You know-
Because she bashes them all the time, but then she wants them to feel sorry for her. Like, I just don't like it.
But I don't like this whole like screwy rules thing either. Like where like what they did like with Dean Ambrose the whole time, like when he could have won the belt, but his hand was under or over the turnbuckle.
That's the
rope.
rules, sir.
Yeah, but like these are rules that we don't. None of average wrestling fans don't know it. Now, old school wrestling
Listen.
fans and people that are hardcore wrestling fans probably know those
Guess
rules.
who doesn't like those fans? People like us who know the rules.
Right.
It's kind of like Donovan McNabb's the NFL quarterback and didn't know the overtime rule.
Yeah.
Why not?
You're an
Yeah,
NFL quarterback.
We pay you millions of dollars. You should know the game you play
Yeah.
because it might be time to play it.
But Dean Ambrose is a loose cannon. He doesn't know.
Because he's living on the edge.
He's living on the
Okay,
edge.
but no.
You get me to say it now.
But look at the difference though. Did he come out complain about it to the fans? That's my point. His character's not a complainer, so he doesn't come out and cut a promo like "feel sorry for me, woe is me."
No.
That's my point.
But yeah, no, I agree with you. But New Day comes out. They come out riding pink unicorns. Have you ordered yours yet?
I'm getting one.
They say country music.
Slamboree.
They say, yeah, the Slamboree. They say country music sucks. They say the power of opportunity, which stands for poo. It
No,
does.
no, it doesn't stand for poo.
Well, no, the initials are poo. Lucha Dragons come out.
Are you just try that?
Yeah.
Lucha Dragons.
Well, you said poo, and I heard poop, and I was like, "Where's
No, I
the other
said
P
poo.
coming?" I said, "No." He said poo. I said, "Okay." So I had to kind of spell it out.
Well, you could do P-O-O-P.
I mean, I've been hitting the head a
I
couple
mean,
times. It's cool.
you could do the O-P.
I mean, Shawn Michaels, you know.
Yeah. But Lucha Dragons come out. Usos come out. The Usos and Luchas
So crazy.
beat up New Day. Uso crazy.
Yeah.
So they beat up New Day.
Oh, that's what Naomi says.
Yes.
She says.
Then the match of the night, we have Mark Henry versus Adrian Neville. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Neville wins with the red arrow. Then backstage, probably the segment of the night, Stardust was backstage. Titus, and then we're talking about the Stars.
That was awesome.
Listen, I love Titus O'Neil, man.
No, he is hilarious.
That guy makes me laugh every time they let him do stuff. I love it. Because you know who he reminds me of? The things that he says, it reminds me of JBL. Because it's these little things, but then you think about it, you're like, wait a minute, he said what?
No, but I like the segment and everything because Cody Rhodes is just there. He's just like, oh, you like stars? And then he just goes like into this whole different segment. Like he's like, oh, well, let me tell you about the stars. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Can we please stop with Stardust though? It's going to go away, dude. Soon.
There's one
right.
good thing you could do with that character.
What?
And it's coming Mania time.
You could do a Goldust Stardust,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I want.
If you're going to keep it going, I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see Cody Rhodes back. Okay, because being Stardust, he's never going to do anything.
You know what I would?
Never going to do anything.
You know what would be great if you want to bring you back as Cody? Ride this out till Mania.
Yeah, that's fine.
Him and Goldust have a match because it could be one of Goldust's last match. Goldust beats him. He drops the Stardust gimmick. You could take him a month or two off after Mania.
Bring back mirrors.
Come back in the summer.
Yeah.
Has the Cody Rhodes or the grotesque one or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Because at Money in the Bank, I'm gonna say it now. He needs to be regular Cody Rhodes,
Yeah.
and he needs to win Money in the Bank at
Yep.
the next pay per view.
I agree.
That would be awesome.
That stop this whole gimmick though.
Yeah.
It's been
after
good.
Mania.
It's been good.
No, it's been good.
And he's played it to
It's
a
good
T.
comedic, but I want serious. I want really good Cody Rhodes
And
wrestler.
the cool thing about it is, if you want to do the Goldust match at Mania, you kind of have an out to change the character without just having to do it on Monday Night Raw one week with no meaning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they should do a match, and it's fine. Then we had Goldust and Primetime Players versus Stardust and the Cosmic Wasteland, right?
Yeah.
Titus pins.
I kind of
Ascension.
like the little faction. I know it's weird, but it's actually if they used them, I'd like to see them.
For comedic and short term, I'm okay with it.
Yep.
I like
But
it.
after WrestleMania, I want Cody back.
Yeah.
Yep.
None of this other crap. And by the way, Eden's great to look at. Del Rio with Zeb Coulter comes out. They say to hell with you people. The borders of Mexi-American are officially closed. Swagger comes out. Del Rio leaves the ring. He leads a "We the People" chant, and there is a match, chairs match, Del Rio versus Swagger at TLC.
So Swagger's gonna lose.
No. Here's my problem with this: is now Zeb Coulter is bashing the country.
Of course. But of course, he's a heel.
I mean, no worse than Del Rio used to bash the country too. So,
Yeah, so I mean, it's his character, of course. I'm fine with it.
Right. Then we had the Divas title match, Paige versus Charlotte. It's a double count out. Paige beats up Charlotte. Paige puts Charlotte in the PTO on the table.
yeah, paid time off. I love PTO.
Is that what you call it?
Paid time off.
That's what it stands for.
The paid time off.
Yeah.
And then we had another great segment. We had Heath Slater came out. He said he was getting ready to blow Nashville's mind.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Ryback comes out. Slater hits his guitar over Ryback. Ryback shell shot Slater. That was a great segment.
Question. So this is the one thing I learned from that segment. Heath Slater's guitar is not nearly as lethal as the Honky Tonk Man's guitar.
Or Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Because those guys were knocking folks out with the guitar shot.
Yeah.
Well, his guitar was hollow. I guess. I still think till this day that their guitar had something else in it, or was like lined with some kind of metal.
No,
It didn't break.
something.
No, they didn't have the
No.
power behind it like
No,
Slater did.
it's just because he was the Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm cocky. I'm bad.
Can we please do something with Slater?
No.
I mean, seriously. I'm so sick of this 5 seconds of fame every
Question.
year.
But
Once
that's
a year.
him.
Have you noticed the only time he comes out when it's in Nashville or West Virginia?
Yep.
Or they have the person who's coming to sing at WrestleMania and they do it so just like Flow Rider.
But it's never anything
I got a
else.
question. I would love to do like a Twitter chat questionnaire with Heath Slater because my first question would be, do you own a pet gator?
Only if Titus O'Neil's around would probably be his answer. But
I still like Slater Gator.
Slater
but-
Gator was
That's what I'm saying.
amazing. And talk about with the. This is real quick. I know this is off subject, but with the primetime players, because I didn't mention it when
You
we
see,
were.
I think we do. Hold on. I think
Okay.
we do a faction together, the Primetime Slaters.
Primetime.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you got nothing else to do with the guy, of course.
dressing them up in diamonds. They can
$1 million, baby!
exactly. Millions and millions of.
Dollars, baby! Come on.
Yeah.
It would work. Come on.
And then they could do the Gator roll.
Look, if you can make Hornswoggle into the 3MB, a member of 3MB, I think you could.
Well,
you could do that.
Well, I mean, real quick, look at two of the factions that Hornswoggle's been a part of. He was a part of 3MB, and he was also a part of DX.
Yeah, that's pretty big for.
Right? That could be a Hall of Fame resume.
And no,
right there.
you forgot he was a anonymous GM. So
That too.
that's automatic Hall of Fame right there.
And he's
And
he's a McMahon.
And
he's a McMahon.
you don't have to pay for travel expenses because he lives under the ring.
Well, that's very true because the same place as hell is.
Yep.
And
It's
Little
half
People's
hell.
Court.
It's half hell, half Hornswoggle land.
And Little People's Court.
And yeah, little people.
over there, too.
Then we had Breeze and Kevin Owens versus Ambrose and Ziggler. Ambrose hits Breeze with Dirty Deeds for the win.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good match.
Yeah.
Can I go back to my statement that you told me to hold on for?
What?
We never got to go to.
Is it about any of these matches?
It was about primetime players.
All right, go ahead.
I was just realizing, like I told you the other day, at Survivor Series, why was only Titus O'Neil there, but not Darren Young? Was in that
They didn't need him.
pre-show.
Well-
it didn't make any sense to me.
What happened was it's the end of the year, and he had some vacation time, and they only allow you to cash so many days in for cash.
So he needed to pay time off.
So Mr. No Day Off had to take a day off.
he had to take a PTO.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
he
He
had-
had to take some PTO.
Oh, I bet Paige gave him a PTO.
No, not really. That's not the two.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, I don't think it.
I bet her
clips
boyfriend
lid.
gave-
I don't really think he's down with that, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not down with the pail?
I don't think he's down with the. I don't think he's
Not
down with the Brit.
He's
Down
not-
with the Brit.
No, we're not
Yeah.
going it down with the Brit.
Yeah, he.
I think his symbol points up, if you know what I mean. The-
Okay. I see
He's
what
not a
you
Y.
did.
He's an O.
I mean, I don't have any issues with that. I'm just saying that's what it is.
Yeah. The person that's wearing "I'm a Hugger" shirt is arguing
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, is Darren Young. But anyway, moving on.
You just don't get it.
We had in the main event
we
we
did.
had Rusev and Sheamus versus Reigns. Barrett hits Reigns with the bull hammer, and then Reigns
bow
gets
hammer.
back in the ring and beats up the three of them.
Yeah.
And the show
Yeah.
ends.
So, way to build this great authority that is so strong, one man beats three of them up. And that's why I said I have an issue with putting three mediocre random guys together who aren't ready to be the head and the face of the company.
Yeah.
All right. So,
No,
No,
I
go
didn't say
ahead.
nothing.
I thought you did.
No, that was him over here.
The best thing that could have happened at the end of that segment would be for Reigns to be laid in the middle of the ring, Sheamus holding the towel over the top of him, and the other two standing on each side.
Exactly.
Then I would have liked it.
Exactly.
Man. And now it's time for Superstars of the Week.
Have you noticed how our music has the same game show host?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to change
Yeah.
that.
No.
Yeah.
That's where I get my money.
I will say this: that dude's voice is a little high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit peachy.
Well, when you
give
haven't.
me your-
No, wait, no.
give me your
hold
three
on, I was going to walk into that
Hey,
one.
hey, give me your 3 stars of the week. Walk out.
Woo!
3 stars a week.
That's a toughie. Toughie.
Can I go ahead and go?
I'm gonna give it to Goldust.
I mean, with this guy right here, it's like pulling teeth sometimes.
I'm going to give it to Gold Dust.
Okay.
Because I like him. I'm going to give it to Ambrose. And then I'm going to give it to Reigns because they had a hell of a match at Survivor Series.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go Divas Division as a whole. Stars of the week.
Wow.
Because, again, I think Paige and Sasha, or Becky and Sasha having more time would have been better. It was pretty good. And the match at the pay-per-view was pretty good. And then Charlotte and Paige were okay Monday night, so I'm going to go Divas Division. Number two gets a little rough, but if I had to go with anybody, I'm going to go ahead and give it to Titus O'Neil because he made me laugh Monday night. Made me laugh to no end. I almost spit my water out, so I thought it was great. And then I'm going to go Dan Ambrose because no matter who you put him, I'm just saying, no matter who you put him with, he's doing good work right now. And that's also a credit to Kevin Owens for working with it, but I'm just saying Ambrose is rising to what they're giving him.
Paige and as a co-star, Paige and Charlotte for the 2 nights.
Okay.
Then,
Co-star.
yeah, it's going to be a co-star. It's going to be a split down the middle because they co-stars, like you co-star on the show. It happens.
Oh, I don't co-star.
Yeah. And then I'm going to say, actually, you know what? I'm going to do another co-star. I'm going to do Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose. All right.
Stop co-starring over here.
Then
There's always a 1A and 1B with this guy.
And then the top star of the night is Heath Slater.
He did
He
blow
made
your
a
mind.
He
Yeah.
blew Nashville's mind.
Yeah.
So
How many people can say they blew the
I heard
mind
Luke-
of the whole city?
Luke Bryan gave up singing because he heard Heath Slater.
Yeah.
next, we're speaking of blowing people's mind. Mr. Little Stevens gonna do some keyboarding. He's gonna sing to
Why
people.
is this so fascinating?
By the way,
What? You what?
I was going to say, by the way, New Day, I just want y'all to know there was a song by a guy that I really, really liked named Kurt Hennig, and it was called Rap is Crap.
Rabbit's crap is awesome.
Too dirty to clean my act up.
Oh my
You
goodness!
look like the kid that's just like, Mommy, I can't get back to bed.
I don't blame him. All right, this week's dirty what
I don't
is
know why you find it so fascinating.
who?
You.
I don't. You don't.
no, you.
Crazy.
Why is it fascinating? God. Just a regular day of my
simple
life.
question. So after WrestleMania 29, what if CM Punk did not take any time off? Team Hell No dethroned Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. This was after he was injured, so I guess he kind of had to. What if he didn't? What would happen if he never took that time off?
Champion? World champion?
I mean, would any of this? Would he ever? Would he have ever been pushed to the back of the line, so to speak?
I don't.
It's really hard to say. Punk is a guy who pretty much wears his heart on his sleeve. He really, really does. And he sometimes will admit that it's probably the worst thing he could do for the business that he was in. I think that if he doesn't take the time off, they can't just send him straight to the back because he would have been there every week cutting promos. And he would have said little things in said promo. It would have been a lot harder for them to do him the way they did if he would have stayed.
I think you would have kept, like, him and John Cena would have kept the rivalry going. I do. I think you would have brought back him in the Cena rivalry, and you would have saw them just chasing the belt after each other until SummerSlam. Hell, even maybe after SummerSlam. I don't know. I mean, maybe you would have never saw Randy Orton become the champion at that time. I mean, I think if CM Punk never took that time off, he would have been the main guy. I think he would have gave him the belt again, because he was doing great before The Rock came in. He was. We all know that. It's just when The Rock came in, it's like all Rock wanted to do was face Cena. I don't know if that was him or creative. I don't know. I don't really care, to tell you the truth. But I think, like we talked about before a long time ago, was that it should have been The Rock, Cena, and CM Punk. It should have been a triple threat match at WrestleMania 29, and it wasn't.
I wouldn't have liked that triple threat because that was three egos who, at the time, I believe, really had some beef with each other, and I don't think they would have moved well enough to keep it going.
But the big slap in the face was WrestleMania 27. All right, you put the Miz over Cena with The Rock's help. Okay, but then you don't put Punk over John Cena or The Rock. But you put the Miz, who doesn't have half the talent.
Oh no, but you have to remember, Punk's got that mouth, man.
I know, but
so
that's the reason he was great as he was, is because of that mouth.
So is he like the Merc with the mouth?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, shut
up. As far as I feel, he would have been hurt earlier. Because you got to remember the reason he took time off because he was injured. And then he come back. He was still injured. So he was on by time. He was going to leave anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have been champion. I think he would just been left. He would have left sooner than what he did. Instead of the Rumble.
I do believe he saw the writing on the wall and where they were going to go. And I feel like that for him personally, with his body being beat up, he was like, listen, I'm not going out here. I'm not going to go out here and put my body on the line or kill myself for a guy like The Miz to botch a move.
Yeah.
You know, no offense to R-Truth, but I'm not wrestling R-Truth on Raw after I was just in a world title match the night before. And again, no offense to R-Truth, that's just where CM Punk was at.
Yeah. No, that's just how he saw every match he did was a 5-star match, in his opinion. He did. And it was most of the time. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's this week. That's Wrestling What If this week. I'll have another one next week for you.
Okay.
This week in wrestling history, November 26, 1987, WWF held the first Survivor Series in Richfield, Ohio. Perhaps, though, the most memorable thing, the story behind the event, it was running directly against NWA Starrcade, marking the first time the event would have such competition.
Oh.
So both events were going on at the same time. Let me see. November 26, 2000, WCW held its very last pay-per-view event, Mayhem. Scott Steiner beat Booker T in a straight-jacket steel cage match.
Wow.
A straight-jacket steel cage match.
That was horrible.
I'll tell you what, those last 2 or 3 years of WCW
was brutal.
Yeah, but we talk about it almost every time on the show.
Yeah, well, it was horrible. NWA 1986, November 26, NWA held Starrcade Night of the Skywalkers live from Greensboro, North Carolina, and Atlanta, Georgia. It was the Road Warriors beat the Midnight Express in a Skyfall match.
That was the night Jim Cornette blew out both his knees.
Yep.
both of them.
Blew out both his
Yeah.
knees.
Because he dropped from the scaffold and hit both his legs at the same time, blew out both his knees.
Some birthdays
Wow.
this month. Big Cat Ernie Ladd was born 1938, November 28th.
Cat.
British Bulldog was born David Boy Smith, 1962.
Ruff, ruff, ruff.
NWA Starrcade was held from Greensboro, North Carolina, and Atlanta, Georgia, 1985. Gene Okerlund was born in Robbinsdale, Minnesota. Jerry Lawler was born in Memphis, Tennessee, November 29th. And last but not least, JBL was born in Sweetwater, Texas, November 29th.
Sweetwater, Texas.
1960.
That's what I'm talking about, Summit.
Sweetwater,
Finally, some news that people want to hear. Got a question. You think he came out with his hat on?
Yeah. All of a sudden, you just hear.
All right, you got anything there, buddy?
Nope.
No, you good?
Solid.
All right, solid. That's great. From the melting pot, I guess.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I am the Summit. Thank you for watching and listening. Go to WWE Show, join the show during Periscope, chat with us, and catch us next week.
Also, have a great Thanksgiving.
Definitely have a great
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, and most important, what? Go ahead.
By the way, don't blame Thanksgiving. You were fat before this day, and you'll be fat after.
And my Thanksgiving Day song for you is have a lots of biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy.